After Argentina won World Cup 2022, rumors almost immediately started to swirl that all may not have been as it seemed. Could it be that different groups had colluded to ensure that Lionel Messi would provide the fairy tale ending to the first ever World Cup held in the Middle East? Surely not. Let's take a look at 7 of the allegations. The first theory centers on what would constitute the perfect World Cup story. The greatest player of all time, in what may be his last World Cup, finally winning the one trophy that had escaped him his entire career. This represents a narrative that transcends football itself. Many fans believed that FIFA orchestrated the entire tournament to deliver Messi's fairy tale ending, driven by the massive financial incentives. The marketing potential of such a victory would generate millions of dollars globally. Messi winning his first World Cup at 35 years old, in what everyone knew would be his final opportunity, creates a story that extends far beyond sports into global cultural phenomenon territory. The penalty statistics from the tournament provide the most concrete data point for conspiracy theorists. Argentina received 5 penalties during the tournament, with Messi's 5 penalties representing the most awarded to any single player in any single edition of World Cup history. To contextualize this achievement, across nearly a century of World Cups, featuring some of the greatest attacking players and most offensive teams in football history, no player had ever been awarded more penalties in a single tournament. The timing appeared suspicious to many observers. Beyond the quantity, the quality of these penalty decisions generated significant controversy. Several calls were genuinely disputed, with former players and analysts arguing that Argentina benefited from unusually favorable penalty criteria throughout their campaign. The combination of record-breaking numbers and questionable decisions created a pattern that conspiracy theorists found difficult to ignore. A significant conflict of interest emerged through Qatar's ownership of Paris Saint-Germain and their employment of Lionel Messi at the time of the tournament. This connection raised questions about potential bias from the host nation. Qatar's position as both World Cup host and Messi's employer created unprecedented circumstances. The nation had substantial financial incentives for their star player to succeed on the world's biggest stage. Success would validate their PSG investment, generate positive headlines around their World Cup hosting, and establish their credibility as major players in global football. The situation became more complex considering that PSG also employed Kylian Mbappe, who represented France in the final. Qatar maintained direct financial relationships with both finalists' key players, creating either an extraordinary coincidence or a situation worthy of scrutiny, depending on your perspective. Louis van Gaal, the former Netherlands coach and legendary football manager, publicly claimed that the 2022 World Cup was rigged in favor of Lionel Messi and Argentina. Van Gaal's statement carried substantial weight due to his decades of experience at football's highest levels. This wasn't speculation from casual observers, but accusations from one of the sport's most respected tactical minds. His willingness to stake his reputation on these claims forced many to reconsider the theories they had previously dismissed. The timing of Van Gaal's comments following his team's quarterfinal elimination by Argentina transformed internet speculation into mainstream football discussion. Major sports outlets began covering the controversy, and fans who had initially dismissed such theories started questioning what they had witnessed. Reports emerged that several French players contracted a virus immediately before the World Cup final, affecting key squad members at the most crucial moment. The illness theory suggested that this health crisis was orchestrated to weaken France's chances in the final, providing Argentina and Messi with an additional advantage. While players frequently fall ill during major tournaments due to close quarters and intense pressure, the timing appeared too convenient for skeptics. This development seemed to complete the pattern many had identified throughout the tournament, serving as what they considered definitive proof of manipulation. Beyond penalty decisions, specific incidents throughout Argentina's World Cup campaign raised questions among observers. Former players publicly stated that Argentina and Messi benefited from officiating criteria that appeared different from what other teams experienced. The most controversial incident occurred in the semi-final against Croatia, when Argentine forward Julian Alvarez collided with Croatia goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic. The referee awarded a penalty despite fans arguing that the Croatia goalkeeper did not do anything to foul his opponent and that Alvarez literally clattered into Livakovic. Former Manchester United defender Gary Neville publicly criticized this decision, stating the referee was wrong to award Argentina penalty. In the World Cup final against France, another contentious moment arose when Nicolas Otamendi brought down Randal Kolo Muani inside the area but did not even receive a yellow card, and it could easily have been a red. VAR analysis later confirmed that this incident warranted stronger punishment than what was administered. The quarterfinal match against the Netherlands, dubbed the Battle of Lusail, featured questionable refereeing calls by Antonio Mateo Lahoz, with both teams criticizing him post-match. The confusion was so significant that match reports contradicted each other regarding the total number of yellow cards issued, and Messi publicly asked FIFA to expel referee Mateo Lahoz after the game. Qatar's position as host nation provided them with unprecedented tournament control, from venue selection to referee assignments. However, the corruption allegations surrounding Qatar's bid to host the World Cup in the first place added more fuel to theories about potential tournament manipulation. Over the years, various FIFA officials have been accused of accepting bribes to award the 2022 World Cup hosting rights to Qatar. These allegations formed part of the broader 2015 FIFA corruption scandal that rocked world football. Documents leaked to the Sunday Times allege that Qatar broke FIFA rules and sabotaged opponents to win the hosting rights, though Qatar has consistently denied all claims of bribery in their bid. A FIFA investigation in 2014 found no evidence of misconduct against Qatar, though the report stated that bidders tested rules of conduct to the limit. Despite these official findings, the shadow of corruption allegations has never fully disappeared from discussions about Qatar's World Cup. For many, this history provided crucial context. If Qatar had potentially used improper methods to secure hosting rights, the idea that they might manipulate the tournament itself seemed like a logical extension. The theory suggests Qatar sought to cement their legacy as the nation that delivered Messi's World Cup victory, positioning themselves as permanently linked to one of sport's greatest achievements. A memorable, dramatic World Cup featuring the sport's biggest star would validate their massive investment, establish their credentials in world football, and deflect attention from the corruption allegations that had surrounded their bid from the beginning. Could the World Cup have been manipulated to benefit one team to provide an ending befitting one player? And if this was true, what would it mean for football as a sport? Those that still have faith in the beautiful game will point to Argentina's Copa America wins before and after the World Cup. This points to a nation which was already on the ascendancy and has continued its path after the World Cup. Others will still cast doubt on what they witnessed, but the records will only point to the final result. Argentina and Lionel Messi became world champions in the winter of 2022.